FIFA will use last month's world rankings to see the 32 teams competing at next year's World Cup. The draw will be held next month. World #1 and defending champions Germany lead the list of favorites from Europe. The continent will feature 14 teams since, of course, Russia are the hosts. Iceland will be making their debut in the tournament. Asia's 5 teams are spread out between pots 3 and 4. Tunisia, Egypt and Senegal, meanwhile, are in pot 3, while Morocco and Nigeria are settled in pot 4. 4 of Africa's representatives will be making a return to the tournament after a long absence. North American side Panama will be the other debutant in the competition. 5 South American teams will compete in the finals, including 3 former champions, Brazil, Argentina and Uruguay. Well, let's bring back Kunle Solaja, who is still with us in Lagos for more on this. Kunle, the Super Eagles have signed what is a World Cup bonus agreement with the federations. Can we now expect to see a more focused Nigerian team, not like in previous years where the bonuses seemed to affect the team's performance?
Yeah, of course I do. I do expect a more focused team this time. This agreement that was signed on Wednesday in Russia was long overdue. This ought to have been done as far back as 1998, because the issue that always affected the Nigerian team at the World Cup has always been the issue of bonuses. Not just Nigerian team, but most African countries. You remember in 2006, a World Cup match was at the brink of being boycotted for the first time, when Togo initially declined to honor their fixtures against France, except they were paid their bonuses. And after that, we've seen incidents in Brazil, where both Nigeria and Ghana were boycotted training, and over the issue of bonuses. These issues are very, very fundamental in Africa, because once it is not settled, the players will not be focused, because they always believe that the officials have a way of surcharging them. So, but now that they have signed an agreement that this is how much you are entitled to if you win a match, and this is how much you are entitled to if you draw a match. This is what you are entitled to if you lose, and these are your camp allowances. So once these things have been ironed out, and they also have a timeline on the disbursement of the fund, then Nigeria will not have the same kind of problem they've been having before. So I expect that now, going to Russia 2018, the team will be more focused and probably will be able to scale a higher height than the round of 16, which appears to have been their limit.
All right. And Kunle, now one of the words that we've seen in the African World Cup qualification story is that of the comeback. We've seen teams that haven't featured for a long time coming back. Could we possibly be looking at a potentially good showing from the African teams at the global stage?
Yeah, I see a very good showing by at least 3 of the African teams in the World Cup. Even though it may be premature now to talk about results and everything until the draw is made on December 1. But looking at the teams themselves, I expect Nigeria to do well, not because I'm a Nigerian, but because of what I've seen of the team. This appears to be a team that will be compared to that of 1994, which is famously referred to here as the Golden Generation. I see the 2018 team replicating the form of the 1994 squad. And I also see a Moroccan team doing very well, because the way they have fought their matches, they were at the brink of elimination from 2018 World Cup until the last 2 matches, when they did a good fight back and they came back to win. And the match they played in Côte d'Ivoire was a match everybody thought, okay, they would just go there defensively and pick a draw and pick the... But they went there with all attention, with attacking instinct. And if African teams have such attacking instincts, I can see them doing well. And looking at Egypt too, considering the fact that, as a matter of fact, there was a huge joke myself and my friend were making some time ago, that until the World Cup is held in Italy, maybe Egypt may never qualify, because the first time they qualified was the 1934 in Italy, and then the next time was 1990 in Italy. So we say, okay, maybe they have to wait again for Italy. But this time around, they've come back, and I see the Egyptian team too. These are the 3 African teams that I expect to really do the continent proud: Nigeria, Morocco, and Egypt.
All right, Kunle, thank you very much for that. We'll have to leave it there for now. Kunle Solaja there speaking to us from Lagos, Nigeria. He's the editor-in-chief of the Sports Village Square, as well as a football analyst. Well,